Okay, it's week 8 of PWC Season 12, and that means it's the finale of the regular season. And spoilers, you will see me next week for playoffs. So, yeah, our opponent this week is Ronan, or Ronansting. I don't know if that's English, really. I don't know what that means, but to me appears to be a pretty good player and has a pretty strong draft. A lot of OU threats like that Samurott and the Golden Go. I wanted to lead Urshifu here. The choice scarf Urshifu, it threatens damage on pretty much everything. I've got Ice Spinner, which if it's like an offensive Salamence, that should still be a KO after Intimidate. But I can just kind of bring it in and pivot on whatever and see what's up if they want to set hazards or something. And they did have they had Galvantula webs on their team and like Serena's, so I did have to come prepared to either match webs or remove the webs somehow, but their team is pretty slow. Except for the Azelf, I outspeed their team fairly easily, so speed wasn't like a huge concern for me, just making sure I could match or remove the webs. So let's get into the game. So he is going to lead Azelf, which honestly was terrifying for me, because I'm like, I can definitely just Choice Scarf U-turn, right? But what if he's a Choice Scarf? And he wasn't, so that was a huge relief. I'm obviously just going to switch to my Goodra, which takes basically nothing from a Psychic type attack. But yeah, I was like really overthinking that turn. I was like, what if it's Choice Scarf and I just lose my Urshifu? I'm glad I just went for it though. It's the safest, or like most reasonable play. I bring in the Goodra. He misses the Zen Headbutt, which doesn't mean a whole lot. But because he is a physical Azelf, it looks like I just go for the Shelter, because I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. The Samurott is just going to double out, because it sees me Shelter, and he's like, oh fuck. And then comes the Golden Go, which I probably should have seen coming. I don't know, I thought he was going to try and get hazards up or something. And the Golden Go is going to Thunder Wave my ass, and that's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Not to be dramatic, but I'm gonna carry the Flamethrower coverage, and it's just barely missing out on a 2-hit KO, which is so horrible. And he does carry the Hex, which is about same damage, just barely short of a 2-hit KO. And I know he's gonna like recover here. I kind of saw this coming, so I switch out on the recover, because I won't have to take the Hex. Although Araquanid could have taken the Hex, I think. Altaria doesn't really want to take a Hex, but I knew if he Thunder Waved me, I would be able to switch it out and heal with Natural Cure. So, on this turn, I think I go for an Earthquake, which I don't know if that's a great play. Weezing very obviously comes in there, but it's fine. And now I'm facing this Weezing, and I'm like, Altaria frankly doesn't look super great to me in this matchup. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just use Altaria on the field while I have it. I will remove my Fairy weakness. Yeah, he might Will-O-Wisp, but like, again, I have Natural Cure, that's fine. If he Will-O-Wisps, I just switch out and I don't really lose anything. But he does go for the Strange Theme, so I just get to go for the +1 Terra Flying Brave Bird, and that's a 2-hit KO. It's a 2-hit KO as long as he doesn't burn me, which he does, unfortunately. So I won't get to stay in and grab the KO on Weezing, which would have been really nice this early in the game, but it's fine, because we just heal the Altaria, and the burn actually brings me just below 50, so I get to pop my Citrus Berry, and yeah, honestly not that bad of a turn for me, because I ended up like right where I started. After I switch out, you know? So I go to Araquanid here, is that right? Yeah, I go to Araquanid. Araquanid takes, it's a special Weezing apparently, so Araquanid takes these attacks. If I get Toxic, that's fine. I am a Custat Berry set, so I can get up webs if I want to, guaranteed. And I'm just gonna Surf here. I'm a special Araquanid because I wanted to run Ice Beam for this Salamence, and so I'm gonna reveal that I am special, and that will probably reveal I have Ice Beam. But Surf just does damage to everything. The Water Bubble ability would be so broken on any other Pokemon, it just does unresisted damage to any Pokemon on his team, including this Samurott, but I do Ice Beam this turn, just hoping he wouldn't read that, I guess, I don't know. I think I'm able to take a dual Wing Beat if you're not, like, max invested, so I'm gonna switch into the Urshifu here on the Samurott, because I know you're getting up hazards. If you're going to get up hazards, then I will just take the offensive pressure. I can threaten this thing out, and that means I can get a free U-turn, pivot, so that would honestly seem like a good play to me. The spikes isn't great, I guess, but it's fine. So I'll just U-turn out on this Salamence, and we will be able to see that it's not Rocky Helmet or anything. Probably he is heavy-duty boots. I think that would make the most sense on a defensive pivot. So I will go to my Donphan here, and on this turn I was overthinking and being like, what if he has Hydro Pump? I think I went for a knockoff here. Yeah, okay. Hoping maybe Golden Go would come in on my Ice Spinner. But I get to knock off the Black Sludge, so I guess that's fine. Doesn't do any damage to Weezing, obviously. But I can go back to Araquanid here, because again, it takes any attack. And it cannot, by the way, be burned, because, again, it's a broken ability. It's just on Araquanid, so it's not. But again, I just have a free Surf here. Free damage into everything. No reason I shouldn't go for Surf. And the Samurott is going to come in and get 2-hit KO'd by it. And I think that's pretty insane. And by the way, I live the Aerial Ace, the Sharpness boosted Aerial Ace, at 90 base power, which I did not see coming at all. But I live it, and I 2-hit KO the Samurott, because it's a broken ability, right? And ideally, it's going to put me exactly in range of my Custap Berry. So now I get to just get a free attack off on the Toucannon, which was not expecting me to outspeed him, because he would have definitely Terastallized, I think, if he expected that. So, because most people, I noticed, most people use their Terra Captain to counter Urshifu specifically. That's been happening a lot to me this season, so, and I guess Volcarona too, but they're always like a Terra Water defensive type Pokemon. I just noticed that, so I think he would have Terastallized here if he saw the Custap coming. I go to my Ogerpon, and I double switch, knowing that I'm just threatening a KO. Almost regardless of Terra, it has to be like Steel or something to not be killed. So I just double switch and go to my Donphan, hoping maybe you would attack into my Rocky Helmet or something. He does go to Salamence though, and since he didn't Hydro Pump last time, I'm like, well, this looks like free rocks to me. So I think this is a good play. I'm gonna go for the rocks play. Golden Go comes in, and I was thinking this was maybe ignorant, but I thought that I could take a Make It Rain. Anyways, that's not true. So, Donphan will die. Goodbye, thank you for your service, the rocks. That's about all you did. So, on this Golden Go, it has enough damage where I can get a KO with Surging Strikes. So I just bring in my Choice Scarf Urshifu, and I'm gonna U-turn here. No, right? I'm gonna Surging, actually. Because, yes, at this point in the game, I've kind of done damage to everything on his team, so nothing really wants to switch into this Surging. Not even the Salamence defensive pivot, which is gonna get 2-hit KO'd by my Surging Strikes, which I sped up for your viewing convenience. So that Salamence will go down. It was Heavy Duty Boots, by the way. It just got revealed, and I just noticed that. So Weezing will come in here. I obviously cannot KO this Weezing, and I know that, and this thing is a huge problem for me for the rest of the game, because I have a lot of physical attackers. This thing is a huge problem. So I go to my Goodra, and he will just get rid of my rocks. Sorry, Donphan. You died for nothing. But, it's fine. It's fine. Goodra getting paralyzed is actually quite bad here, because it's good into a lot of members of his team. So, I'm going to read the Golden Go switch in here, which was a good play. I read the switch, and I don't get paralyzed. I think I only get paralyzed one time in this whole battle, which was lucky. I made the right play and I went for Flamethrower. But I know that he's just going to recover here, right? So this turn I decide to Flash Cannon, basically just fishing for a special defense drop. So I can, like, try to Flamethrower KO, and, like, if you have to keep recovering, then I'm getting leftovers, whatever. I don't know, I thought that this might work. So I fish for a special defense drop again. This is a long battle, I just realized how long this is. So sorry you have to hear my voice for that long, but there's no team review because I honestly don't have time. Anyways, this turn I think I go for the Flamethrower, and this is the turn that I get paralyzed, the one turn. And I forgot to cut out that turn selection, whoops. So I do get paralyzed here, so I have to sack the Goodra to the Golden Go, because 30% paralyzed Goodra is not doing a single thing for me ever again in this battle, so I'm just like, okay, you can take it. But it's not looking good. Well, I think it is looking good at this point, because I don't know for sure the Terra type on the Toucannon, which, oh, also, this Colbur Berry was kind of a game-losing Colbur Berry. I maybe should have seen it coming, but I didn't have anything that could KO this Golden Go. It was not in range of anything, so I just thought I could knock it off, and that was dumb, because the Colbur Berry was kind of game-losing for me. Without my Ogerpon, I have no damage into the Toucannon, which is, spoilers, I'll tell you, it's Terra Water. And I just don't have any damage into it after my Ogerpon goes down. So, spoilers, that's about the end of this game. I can't really damage this thing anymore, and I don't want to switch my Altaria into Brave Bird, so I will just let it continue playing, and it's fine. We finished the season 5-3, and we still made it to playoffs, so you will see me next week. Sorry about that. And until then.